Tim Duncan, the silent giant of the NBA. Tim Duncan is widely regarded as the best power forward in basketball history. His career in the NBA spanned over 19 seasons, all with the San Antonio Spurs. Known for his stoic demeanor, relentless work ethic, and exceptional basketball IQ, Duncan's impact on the game extends far beyond his on-court performance. His humility, combined with his skill, earned him respect both as a player and as a leader, making him an iconic figure in the world of basketball. Early life and college career.
Tim Duncan was born on April 25, 1976 in San Antonio, Texas. Craw, U.S. Virgin Islands, to William and Ione Duncan. He grew up in a family where sports were not the focal point. Instead, his mother was a crucial influence in his life, shaping his values and personality. His older sister Tricia and his brother Scott also played significant roles in his upbringing. Duncan initially did not gravitate toward basketball as he was a talented swimmer. He even had aspirations of competing in the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona, but a hurricane destroyed the island's only Olympic-sized swimming pool, forcing Duncan to transition to basketball.
Duncan's natural athleticism made him an immediate standout in basketball. He attended St. Dunstan's Episcopal High School, where he began to hone his basketball skills. His imposing height combined with his agility and coordination made him a formidable player, though it wasn't until he played for the University of Wake Forest that his talents truly began to shine.
At Wake Forest University, Duncan played under coach Dave Odom. It was there that he developed into a dominant force on both ends of the court. Duncan was a two-time ACC Player of the Year and led the Demon Deacons to the NCAA Tournament's Final Four in 1996. His college career was highlighted by his exceptional rebounding, shot blocking, and low-post scoring, earning him numerous accolades, including consensus All-American honors. Duncan also won the Naismith College Player of the Year award in 1997, solidifying his reputation as one of the most promising prospects in college basketball.
NBA draft and early career.
After completing his 4-year tenure at Wake Forest, Duncan entered the 1997 NBA draft. The San Antonio Spurs, who had finished with the worst record in the 1996-97 NBA season, selected him first overall. Duncan was a perfect fit for the Spurs' needs. The franchise had struggled with mediocrity for much of its existence, and Duncan's arrival was seen as the missing piece that could transform the team into a championship contender.
Duncan made an immediate impact in his rookie season, averaging 21.1 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game. He earned NBA Rookie of the Year honors and quickly became known for his versatile skill set. His blend of size, intelligence, and fundamental skills was unprecedented. Duncan played in a position that demanded dominance on both ends of the floor, and he rose to the occasion.
Alongside fellow Spurs player David Robinson, Duncan helped form one of the most feared front courts in NBA history. Robinson, a 7-foot center and future Hall of Famer, was in the twilight of his career, but his partnership with Duncan created an environment in which both players thrived. The duo's success laid the foundation for what would become a dynasty in San Antonio.
The Spurs dynasty and Duncan's legacy.
Over the course of Duncan's career, the San Antonio Spurs became one of the most successful franchises in NBA history. From 1999 to 2014, the team won 5 NBA championships, with Duncan being a central figure in each of those victories. Duncan's leadership and contributions to the Spurs' success were pivotal, and he was consistently among the league's top players during this era.
Duncan's first championship came in 1999, his second season in the NBA. That year, the Spurs were dominant in the postseason, making quick work of their opponents. They eventually defeated the New York Knicks in 5 games to claim the NBA title. Duncan was named Finals MVP, averaging 27.4 points, 14 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks per game. His performance in the series solidified his reputation as one of the best players in the league.
The 2003 season was another crowning achievement for Duncan. The Spurs finished the regular season with the best record in the Western Conference, and they faced the New Jersey Nets in the finals. Duncan was virtually unstoppable in the series, averaging 24.2 points, 17 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game. The Spurs won the championship in 6 games, and Duncan was named Finals MVP for the second time in his career. The 2003 championship was especially significant because it marked the last championship with the Spurs' Twin Towers duo of Duncan and Robinson. After that season, Robinson retired, leaving Duncan to lead the Spurs on his own.
Though the Spurs dynasty era may have begun to wind down with Robinson's departure, Duncan remained the cornerstone of the team. In 2005, the Spurs defeated the Detroit Pistons in a thrilling 7-game series to claim their 3rd NBA title. Duncan was named Finals MVP once again, and he solidified his status as the best power forward to ever play the game.
In 2007, Duncan led the Spurs to their 4th championship in a sweep of the Cleveland Cavaliers. While Duncan had a solid performance, it was his supporting cast, including Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, who played pivotal roles in securing the championship.
The 2014 championship was a poetic moment for Duncan and the Spurs. After an emotional loss to the Miami Heat in the 2013 finals, Duncan and his Spurs teammates returned with vengeance in 2014. They dismantled the Heat in 5 games, reclaiming the title. Duncan, at 38 years old, was not the dominant force he once was, but his leadership and experience were critical to the Spurs' success.
Playing style and leadership.
Duncan's playing style was often described as fundamental because it was based on sound technique and an understanding of the game. He wasn't known for his athleticism or flashy playmaking. Instead, Duncan relied on his ability to play a smart, efficient game. His low post moves, especially his bank shot, became legendary. His footwork was impeccable, and he understood how to manipulate defenders to create easy scoring opportunities.
On the defensive end, Duncan was equally exceptional. His shot-blocking ability, combined with his positioning and defensive awareness, made him a nightmare for opposing players. He anchored the Spurs' defense for nearly 2 decades, earning 15 All-Defensive Team honors and winning the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award in 2005.
What truly set Duncan apart, however, was his leadership. He was never the most vocal player on the court, but his actions spoke volumes. Duncan led by example, always prioritizing the team over individual accolades. He was the ultimate professional, maintaining a focused and disciplined approach throughout his career. His calm demeanor and unselfish play made him a beloved figure in the locker room, and his influence helped mold the Spurs into a model of sustained success.
Retirement and legacy.
Duncan retired from the NBA in 2016 after 19 seasons. He left behind an illustrious career that included 5 championships, 3 Finals MVP awards, and 2 MVP awards. He was a 15-time NBA All-Star, a 15-time All-NBA selection, and a 15-time All-Defensive Team honoree. His impact on the game was immeasurable, and his legacy as one of the greatest players to ever play the game is secure.
Duncan's retirement marked the end of an era for the San Antonio Spurs, but his influence continues to be felt. His humility and professionalism set a standard for future generations of players, and his contributions to the Spurs' success will forever be remembered. Duncan's legacy is not just measured by his championships and individual accolades, but also by his role as a quiet, unassuming leader who prioritized the success of his team over all else.